What is poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another YouTube video, and it is another film review, and it is another absolute fucking banger. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem came out just a couple of months ago, and I finally got around to making a review on it. It did come out on the 30th of July, which is our anniversary, which is exciting. Mine and Lol's anniversary is that day, and that is when it came out, and we went to go see it on that day, and we've watched it again, and I've watched it again since then, just to see how fucking good it is. And it is such an incredible movie. The art style is so fucking incredible. But as always, with a film review, we are going to be going into the story first, and then I'll talk about my opinions, thoughts, and the stuff that I liked about it, the stuff that I didn't like about it afterwards. It's a new style of film review that I've been trying on the channel. So let's get into it. Let's see what the Google synopsis of this film actually is. So, after years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle brothers set out to win the hearts of the New Yorkers and to be accepted as normal teenagers. Their new friend April O'Neil helps them take on a mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. So basically, how this film starts off is with Superfly and Baxter Stockman being a rogue TGRI scientist who's being hunted by Outram, which is heavily hinted to be the Krang. Superfly, one of his creations, rescues his other creations, being Mondo Gecko, Bebop Rocksteady, Ray Fillet, Wingnut, all these other mutants. And then we go to the Turtles, which are doing a shopping heist. And they are stealing from the shops to get some cool food and drink for Splinter when they get home. Or before they go home, they watch a movie. Splinter's worried that's been out too long, and they put on a ban of going outside. They then go outside anyway, and they end up throwing a ninja star into April O'Neil's helmet. Her bag then gets robbed due to the fact that they distracted her. They then go and beat up the bad guys in some form of fashion. They then reveal themselves to April, who then takes them around the school at nighttime, and then they work out Superfly, and they want to take down Superfly so then they can be famous, and everyone will love them, and everyone will accept them. They then go and take down different mob bosses who work for Superfly, getting more information every time, and then they eventually do meet up with Superfly, and they get taken to a bowling alley, which is like a mutant bowling alley, where they all sort of live and hang out. Superfly tells them the plan, they don't like it, they run away with the last piece of the puzzle of his machine. They end up stealing it back. Superfly and his cronies manage to get it back, leading the Turtle brothers to get caught by TGRI, who then milk them for their ooze. And then Superfly finishes his machine as Splinter and April rescue the Turtle brothers, and then Splinter manages to convince the other mutants that Superfly is wrong, and then Superfly ends up turning on the machine explodes, he falls into it, and he turns into this big mutant of a bunch of animals combined together. He then starts attacking New York City. The Turtles try to stop him. They fail. The humans start hating on them, so they go and start running around. They're still trying to save New York no matter what. April O'Neil takes over Channel 6 News and tells the humans that the Turtles aren't bad and that they're trying to help. So the humans start helping the Turtles, and then the Turtles go through a really cool fight sequence. They manage to put the anti-ooze into Superfly and turn him into a regular fly again. They then go back home. They're praised by humans. They're loved by humans, what they always wanted. They then go back to the sewers, moving in with all the other mutants in their sewer home, and then the Turtle Boys leave their ninja masks behind, go up to school, and start their new lives. And Raph is a jock. Leo is on the news reporter team with April. Mikey is a comedian, and then Donnie goes with the anime nerds. And throughout the rest of the film, they go to prom, they dance, and the Shredder is spying on them in the background, and Shredder is teased by his arm and his leg. So, that's the story of the movie. But I want to go into why this film is so special. They were animating this movie, and majority of it was done before the strike, so they was able to change the scripts, and they were able to sort of freestyle, they were able to improv, and all the Turtle Boys really bounced off each other. We have an actor from Good Boys here playing Raphael. We have the Gumball from The Amazing World of Gumball playing Leonardo, Nicholas Cantu, and they were all in the same recording booth, which isn't done often with animation, and they were just bouncing off each other. They managed to fit in Riz there, and they're actual teenagers. This is the first time we've had actual teenagers voicing the Turtles cast. I wasn't a big fan of it. I wasn't a big fan of the voices when I first heard it in that little snippet teaser, because it's just not what I'm used to hearing from the Turtles. I'm not used to them sounding so young. With growing up with the Turtles and watching every iteration of the Turtles, seeing them look and sound so young was a little off-putting to me, but it grew on me, and I fucking love it. My girlfriend kept comparing me to Donatello, because he kept mentioning anime. He has a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure hoodie, he's got Attack on Titan knowledge, and they won because of Attack on Titan. They managed to get some really, current slang in there with Riz, and it didn't sound cringy. The way they did it wasn't like 30-year-olds telling teens how to be teens. It was teens being teens. They were sort of telling words and putting in words with like Riz and all these different sort of cool catchphrases that the Turtles being teens would use. Yer was another one as well that was used quite a bit. But the animation style is another take. This is Nickelodeon's take on the Spider-Verse art style, and it is incredible. But the art style, it's very similar to Spider-Verse and In and Across and Puss in Boots, but it's different because they're taking what Spider-Verse did and they're pushing it like Puss in Boots pushed it, and like Across the Spider-Verse pushed into the Spider-Verse's boundaries and what it was and what it could be, and it's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing. We have 2D elements on top of 3D elements in Mutant Mayhem with all these sort of sketch lines. It's drawn like teenagers would draw in a sketchbook, and it has all these sort of sketch lines still there. It's got a couple of scribbles over things, and it's 3D models with 2D sort of elements or drawings on top, which is incredible, and none of it is even. It is awful, sort of unsymmetrical. None of it matches, none of it fits, all the lines are wonky, and they did that on purpose. And it's basically telling animators, go back on what you know, start from fresh. We're doing a whole new movie with a whole new animation style, so we are pushing boundaries. But the Mutant Mayhem team saw how the Spider-Verse team was treated and was going through, and they were treated so much better. The Across the Spider-Verse animation team, although the film was incredible, the animation team for that was treated so poorly and so shit. But the Mutant Mayhem animation team was treated so well, and we got such better animation from it as well, and it really shows how much Seth Rogen actually cared about this project and how far we think it can go. The origin story of the Turtles also changed quite a bit from the original, which is okay. I like it when different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle creators change the origin story, and I do wish they do that with Spider-Man a little bit more as well, because seeing the same thing over and over and over again just with different people gets boring. So slightly changing it and making it your own, making it your version of the Turtles is incredible and very unique and makes for a better story as well. Because seeing all these different versions of the Turtles is really cool and unique, and you can take inspiration from them, like from the 2014 movies. Donatello now has gadgets on his shell and he has glasses. Like from Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we have all of the different turtles being a different turtle, like Snapping Turtle, Red Spotted Turtle, other stuff like that. And we still have some key designs all the way back from the original Turtles, and they do have the white eyes like the 2012 series had when they got angry or when they went ninja mode, their eyes went white as well. And just each character is so unique. All their head shapes are different. They're all different shades of green, which do complement their sort of bandana colors. Whereas Mikey's an orange, but he has a darker green compared to Donnie, who's a purple. It was a lighter green. And the fight scene was so insane as well, where they were taking on all the baddies. The music fit perfectly for that. The music in this movie was incredible. It was so masterfully put together. It was so masterfully created. It was incredible and insane how much that scene really got to me. I was so hyped. I was sat in the cinema with my girlfriend and watching on my own. It hyped me up again. Seeing that clip on TikTok hyped me up, and even thinking about it now hypes me up. It was fucking incredible, where each turtle got their chance to shine. There was like 4 different mob gangs, like mob bosses, and each turtle had their time to shine with each mob boss, and they were swapping between each other. The fight was pretty much identical, but it keeps swapping between what turtle was the main turtle and what was the main villain, and it was just perfect. And it shows how far they've come from the start of the film, where they won their battle, but they won it on accident. And they were fighting, but they were more or less using what was around them instead of their weapons, which is, again, what ninjas did do. Ninjas were sort of using what they had around them, using concealed weapons, but also being resourceful is good as well. And it's very interesting to see them sort of not just fight with their weapons, but actually fight with everything around them as well. We also had a Splinter flashback of the baby turtles, which was quite adorable, and I've seen that be memed quite a bit too. We've had so many good memes come from this movie. We've had some good memes, some good CapCut templates for TikTok, some really awesome clips, and I hope the boys come back to voice them for the animated show. The show is not going to be as masterfully animated as this. It's going to be like a 2D show, sort of like Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we are getting a game, so hopefully they get the boys back to voice the game, because they are incredible. We have quite a few references to Kanye, to Batman, to loads of other people, and some of the references were just like, okay, you're just naming people now. Just naming people isn't funny. But there was some really good funny moments and some funny lines. Mikey, again, supposed to be the funny one, wasn't the most funny in my opinion. Like, he's still my favorite turtle. Don't get me wrong, but I do think my hierarchy of turtles has changed. Leo used to be at the bottom, with Raph in third. Raph has now moved to second, Leo's in third. Mikey's still up top, but Donnie's moved from second to bottom. That is how my ranking has gone from favourite turtles from this film. And I get compared to Donnie all the time. My girlfriend, some of my old friends compared me to Donnie as well. But I always preferred Mikey. Donnie was always my second favourite, but with this film, I've had to put him in last, I'm sorry. I just think that Leo and Raph stole the show quite a bit in this one. And unlike other turtle films, like the 2014 one, it focused on Raph. The 2007 one focused on Leo and Raph and how their relationship worked. And the 2016 one sort of mimicked that and focused on Leo and Raph. And I do think Leo and Raph being the A team, they do quite often leave the B team, Donnie and Mikey, quite behind. But I felt like in this movie with Mutant Mayhem, all the turtles got their time to shine. All the turtles sort of had equal amount of screen time and equal amount of input to the story. And it was cool to see how they got on with the other mutants as well, because like they all formed bonds. With Leo sat with Superfly, as he was the leader, and Leo's the leader. We have Donnie with Leatherhead and Wingnut being the tech geniuses. And we had Raph with Bebop and Rocksteady as the muscle. And then we had Mikey with Scumbug and Mondo Gecko as they were the goofy, silly ones. Also, something to point out, in the end battle, Mikey was the one that got roughed up the most. He had 2 black eyes, and he had cuts and scrapes all over him, whereas the other 3 boys had cuts and scrapes all over them, but that was it. Mikey was the most badly injured in that last final fight, and I felt so sorry for him. I felt so bad for him because I was looking at him like, why the fuck is he the one with the most damage? Why is he the one who's been like abused the most? I also had a confusing question. I get that they tried to make them look teenagers and gave them all unique designs, but how did Mikey get braces? You need a dentist for that. Unless he found them in the sewers and decided to put them in his mouth, that's vile and disgusting. Unless Donnie did it, being the smart one, he would have had to have that done by a human. I don't know how he got them braces. We found out how Donnie got his glasses. He just found them in the sewer. And that is confusing how the prescription was the right one. That's just so fucking lucky. But Mikey having braces, I think it's a cool character design. I just don't know how he did it. How did he do it? Where did he get them from? That is the biggest mystery of this film. Where did the braces come from? That's the only question I have. But I love the turtles. I have the figures for each one of these turtles. So I have the 2012 turtle figures. I have the 2014 turtle figures. And now I have the Mutant Mayhem turtle figures. And I think that they're all so cool and incredible. But yeah, I'm running out of stuff to say. I think the character designs were a major change. And I didn't really like how they sort of made Mikey have such a rounded head. Like, his head looked like a watermelon, and I didn't really like how they did that. But it grew on me as I watched the film. It grew on me as more and more stuff came out for the film. But this is just one incredible film. It's a 10 out of 10, straight off the bat. I love the turtles, and they made them teenagers like they should be. They were still good ninjas in training. The milk joke was overdone, but it was still funny, and I laughed every time, and I did get a good chuckle when they were actually in the milking machine. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. Have a nice day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. And go ninja, go ninja, go. Go ninja, go ninja, go. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. All right, bye.